Good morning. Thanks for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus on your Saturday. Looking outside over Midtown Atlanta, where we're off to a great start weather-wise. It looks nice, feels really comfortable as you step out the door. It doesn't really feel like a fall weekend. First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi will join us in a moment with your weekend weather. I'm Megan Packer here to update you on some of the day's top stories. And we will start with a story out of DeKalb County overnight. A massive condo fire displaced about 40 people. Here's what we know at this point. It broke out at the Ridge Creek condos on Ridge Creek Drive in Clarkston. Firefighters say there were very heavy flames coming from a breezeway and a condo when they first got there around 2 a.m. The fire affected 2 buildings and 2 breezeways. One of the breezeways was very damaged, but nobody was injured. Everybody is accounted for. You're looking at the residents just sitting outside on the curb. You can only imagine what's going through their minds as they watch the firefighters, work to put out the flames there at that condo complex. Again, this is called the Ridge Creek condos in Clarkston. We have a crew headed back out there today in the daylight, so look for updates throughout the day on our Atlanta News First app. It was a very busy morning out at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport for a fun, unique event that's always a good time. We're talking about the Mayor's 5K on the 5th runway, hosted by Mayor Andre Dickens. There were 2,000 runners and walkers out there early this morning. All ages, some as young as 10 years old. We saw some strollers getting pushed as well. All proceeds raised go to the Mayor's Youth Scholarship Program and the United Way of Greater Atlanta. Always a great time. You can see our anchor, Brooks Baptiste, was out there serving as the MC. Atlanta News First was a proud media sponsor of this event. And Mayor Dickens says that so many Atlanta high schoolers will be able to go to college because of this race. Again, about I believe it was $200,000 raised this year that will help so many students go on to school. So a very worthy cause indeed. And what a fun, unique opportunity for these runners and walkers who really have the chance to take over a runway at the world's busiest airport. Something very memorable. Oh, there's Brooks crossing the finish line. A man of many talents. Not only was he the MC, but he ran. All right. And let's talk about what's happening in Rockdale County. Of course, this is still top of mind for so many people. And we will talk about a shelter in place that has been extended by the county, an overnight shelter-in-place order, as the chemical plume from the biolab facility in Conyers keeps sending the smog and the smell of chlorine up into the air. The order is in place from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. right now, so not in place at this very moment. These are overnight hours that we're talking about. It will hopefully be lifted by Monday morning. Of course, we will wait and see for any updates from Rockdale County officials. That plume started nearly a week ago, last Sunday morning, when the sprinkler system inside the biolab facility went off and mixed with a chemical. And it has just been a very nerve-wracking week ever since, especially for people in that immediate Rockdale County area. Investigators say an off-duty Atlanta police investigator was shot and killed while he was breaking into a Douglas County home. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says the homeowner shot Atlanta police investigator Aubrey Horton in self-defense. Authorities believe Horton was either under the influence or perhaps suffering from a mental health episode, but no specific details have been released about it. He had been with Atlanta Police since 2015 and was recently recognized as Investigator of the Year. The Appalachia High School football team was on the field last night for their first home game since the tragedy at their school a month ago. 2 students and 2 teachers were killed and 9 others injured in a school shooting in early September. Last night, students, parents, and the team's head coach said that this game really helped the community heal. Such a sense of just coming together. Even though Appalachia didn't win, the stands stayed packed through the end. And look at that. Look closely who was on the sideline. None other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was there cheering the team on. So that was no doubt a lot of fun for people to get to see him. He's visited with the team, and he promised them that he would be at their first home game last night. And yes, he was. So that does it for a check of our headlines. Let's talk about our forecast as we head outside and look at Midtown right now. It's been in the 70s, so comfortable this morning. First Alert meteorologist is Courtney Jacobazzi is here tracking our forecast, so I'll bring her in to talk about this fall forecast because, Courtney, it is October, it is fall, but these temperatures are going to feel a little bit more like summer, at least for a few more days, right?
Right, absolutely. It's going to be a little warm. warm, closer to 90 degrees for the next few days. So just prepare for the heat. It is continuing. Thankfully, we're seeing a lot of sunshine out there right now. We started the morning mostly cloudy, but clouds have kind of gradually decreased through the day today, and that will continue through the afternoon. So looks really beautiful. It's nice and warm out there. But I do want to touch on this. We do have an air quality alert out there still. In terms of not having good air quality. So the air quality is still considered moderate, which is where it's been all week, of course, referring to that chemical fire in Conyers over in Rockdale County. So here's a look at today's air quality. As we go through the day today, expected to be at that moderate level, which again is where it's been generally for the week. So this will really impact people who are part of an ultra-sensitive group. So it's severe asthma, COPD, the elderly population. The air quality is just not going to be super healthy for you this afternoon, so you want to limit your time outdoors if you can, and just don't exert yourself too much because that's just not going to be healthy for your lungs. Temperatures right now are in the 70s. We're warming very quickly, and we will continue to warm quickly with all that sunshine today. So, of course, this afternoon, a really big game, and you know Georgia is just out for revenge right now after losing last week, guys. This game is probably going to be on fire in Athens. Auburn at Georgia. Tailgate time. I imagine a lot of you probably already headed out there, but temperature near 80 degrees around noon, 1 o'clock. Kickoff at 3:30. Temperatures in the low 80s over in Athens. Again, lots of sunshine. And as we head into the evening tonight, temperatures will drop into the upper 70s around 8 o'clock or so. High temperatures area-wide today, low to mid 80s. Normal high is 78, so we will be above that. 85 degrees for Atlanta, low 80s for the mountains. So maybe you're going to head up to LJ for some apple picking. It'll be a warm day, but a nice one. And temperatures, again, area-wide, low to mid 80s. Overnight tonight, lows will drop into the low to mid 60s, so we'll start very similar tomorrow morning to where we started this morning, comfortable morning. And then tomorrow afternoon will be a touch cooler. We'll see a lot of sunshine from start to finish with highs in the low 80s. It'll be a little on the muggy side this weekend too, just something to keep in mind. Coming up next week, we'll have a cold front move in. And that's going to do a couple things for us. It's going to make us cooler. It'll drop our humidity, but it also will turn a tropical system away. In fact, we have new information on what is now Tropical Depression 14. And as soon as it becomes a tropical depression, that's when we can get crucial forecast information from the National Hurricane Center, including this forecast cone. So it is forecast to strengthen into a very strong Category 2 hurricane. To reach major Category 3 hurricane status, it needs winds of 111 miles per hour at its core. This is forecast to have winds of 110 miles per hour. So a very strong Cat 2. Wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a Cat 3 if this forecast holds just before landfall. So again, forecast to very quickly strengthen, potentially into a tropical storm by tomorrow night, and then very quickly exploding into a Category 2 hurricane by Tuesday morning. So within a little over 24 hours, it'll go from tropical storm to Cat 2 hurricane, and it is expected to make a landfall along the west coast of Florida. Now, this forecast cone is a kind of estimate of where it could go. It could make landfall as far south as Naples. It could go all the way up into the Big Bend. A lot of models are having it somewhere near like Crystal River, Tampa, Sarasota area. That's where a lot of models are bringing it inland, again, as a Cat 2 hurricane. And then it goes across the state and weakens into a Cat 1. So the one thing about this is, again, that front will relieve us of any impacts. However, it is going to bring very heavy rain to Florida, an area that does not need any. They are still cleaning up after Helene, and it could have some impact on South Georgia as well, another area that is still cleaning up after Helene. Some spots still without power after Helene in South Georgia. So this is very unwelcome news for the Southeast, but selfishly for us here, our weather will actually be fantastic because of this front. So let's take you through in time here. This is just one model showing that front's going to move in on Tuesday. Our humidity will drop through the day Tuesday. And here comes what is going to be Hurricane Milton as we head into Wednesday, making landfall somewhere along the west coast of Florida, potentially just north of Tampa, and it could impact South Georgia, bringing heavy rain and some gusty wind. But again, that front should keep this storm south of us and give us some really nice weather. Here's a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. So after that front moves in, morning lows will drop into the 50s. A lot of us could wake up in the 40s Thursday and Friday morning, and temperatures will drop into the low to mid 70s Wednesday through Friday. So a couple of nice and warm afternoons. We'll see a lot of sunshine through the extended forecast here, and some fall-like weather will arrive on Tuesday and then really settle in mid to late week. So hopefully you can enjoy that and enjoy your weekend. Lots going on this weekend per usual across Metro Atlanta. Get out and enjoy the warm weather. We'll be missing it when it's gone. All right, everyone. I hope you make it a wonderful day. And thanks so much for spending some time with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. Make it a great Saturday, and we'll catch you here next time.